And we are live again. I know you guys are so sick of my face. I've been on this thing the whole entire day, but I have to take advantage because Braxton here, who's one of our officers, is here at the headquarters and he has so much knowledge and we were just having conversations. So we want to just have conversations because he's that smart. So let's talk about stuff because you're smart as hell.
Let's do it.
Okay,
what stuff?
The reason why he's a CFO is because he's really great with money. Like his relationship and his mindset on money, this is why he just attracts money. So let's get behind that. What is your mindset behind money and how do you attract money?
Money is just energy. And
Yes, it is.
when it comes to understanding that that's all it is, it's just a figure. It's a made up concept that people get all tangled up about. And there's people that think like, oh my God, they get stressed out about money. They get stressed about money. My mom's always like, Braxton, like, aren't you worried about? I make risky decisions, risky decisions, and decisions that make me a lot because I'm willing to jump into the fire. I'm willing to lose all my money, and because I'm willing to lose it all, I make tenfold.
Right.
And like I just think of play out worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, cool. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. I can't pay my mortgage. Can't pay my mortgage. I'm bankrupt. Worst case scenario, I'm bankrupt. I go back home and figure it out again. I'm 27 years old with $0. Worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario. Best case scenario is I triple it, quadruple it, multiply it by 10. So when you understand that money is just energy, money is putting energy out. Everything that you put out, the law of attraction. You know, you look at like the laws of physics. You know, with every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Right.
So when I put something out in the universe, it comes back to me, and it usually comes back to me stronger. So, for example, like if I'm investing into something that I really believe in, that I really think is purposeful.
Right.
You know, this bow tie, for example, this is $400
dope bow tie.
$400 bow tie. You know, but it's just
Damn, son.
It's just money. Money is
He's
literally
worth it.
money is literally nothing unless
Right.
unless you spend it. Like if you just pile it up in a bank account, it doesn't do anything. It's not real.
that.
It's not real until you spend it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I bought this bow tie, and I'm just like, that's me investing in myself. Me saying I'm worth it. Like I look damn good.
Yes, you
because
do.
I'm wearing this bow tie.
Yes.
And I feel good. You know, I feel good knowing that like I'm wearing nice clothes. I look good. It's an investment in myself that holds my posture and holds my my energy in a way that like the next person I interact with is going to get the best version of me because I feel good.
Which
Like-
only makes you make more money.
Exactly.
Because
Like,
you're able to do deals.
look good, smell good, feel good.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of like the energy that I associate with. Like if I'm going to, you know, buy all my clothes at Goodwill. Nothing wrong with buying my clothes at Goodwill.
Right.
But I'm gonna show up that way. I had a job interview today, and this is what I looked like going to my job interview. And I carried myself in a way that they were blown away, because that's just how I choose to show up. That's how in every single moment I choose to invest in myself.
Right.
I was talking, you know, earlier we were talking about investing, like something that I learned at a young age is compounded interest.
Right.
Investing at age 20 versus starting to save for retirement at age 35. You know, you can invest $1,000 a month from age 20 to age 30. It would take $1,000 a month from age 30 to age 55 to equal the same amount with compounded interest. The same goes with investing in yourself. If you invest in yourself, invest into self-development, invest into personal development, educate yourself, learn knowledge, that all compounds. If you start this process of self-development at age 20, like Anna, she started this process of transformation at age 20 years old. I can only imagine what she'll be compounded interest-wise when she's 30 years old. I can only imagine where she'll be, because she chose to invest in herself. She chose to take on her life at 20 years old. She's 21 years old, and she's really already starting to see the power that happens when she chooses to believe in herself.
Right.
So my goal with my friends and family is to empower them in a way that they believe in themselves tenfold what they do right now.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about like the dress with Anna. Like Anna gets to stand in her power,
Right.
and really understand that she's fucking worth it.
Right.
Because everyone's worth it. And when everyone chooses, hey, I'm worth this $1,800 dress, when I'm worth this $500 bow tie, when everyone decides that, money's not a thing. Like money is not a thing. Like Tony Robbins charges $1 million for coaching, but doesn't actually charge people anything because he usually just does energy exchanges. Money is only an exchange of energy.
Right.
So you have all these wealthy people that actually don't pay taxes because they don't actually pay money. They exchange services. So I have something that I can give you that's $1 million. Like if I manufacture a car and you sell houses, I go, hey V, I will give you a car in exchange for a house. There's no taxable income there.
Right.
It's not. It's just an exchange of services.
Right.
So wealthy people, uber wealthy people, get away from paying taxes because they have assets that they just exchange each other.
Right.
Hey, you can use my car if I can use your house.
Yeah.
Deal, cool.
Yeah.
And that's how people get around the system. But that's really you don't really need the system if people are just exchanging their services. Like I dream of a world where we don't even need money.
Yeah.
Where people value themselves, or every single person values themselves as the guy that wears $1 million suit.
Yeah.
Or a woman that wears $1 million dress.
Yeah.
If we all value ourselves like that, I can say, hey, I'll perform at your bar tonight if you do something for me later. And it's just like, that's just the even exchange of energy that I dream possible.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why you and I just completely like clicked right away, because obviously with Tribe Unity, it's all about uniting tribes, and it's really energy for energy. We're all passionate about it. And instead of having this broke artist mentality, it's more like, okay, I have this talent. I have something to offer the world. This is my purpose. How can we kind of exchange that? So that's really awesome. So you're also, because I know that we do have some followers that are actually into crypto or wants to learn more about crypto or blockchains.
Sure.
So can you give us like a few pointers on like how to start that?
Or
what it's about.
I started mining.
Okay.
What I do is I built these supercomputers, and I have about 6 of them right now running that mine Ethereum, Zcash, Monero. They mine all these coins, and basically the easiest way to explain it is you have Bitcoin. I'll use Bitcoin for example. I don't mine Bitcoin, but Bitcoin technology, for example, there's 21 million Bitcoins in existence. There cannot be more, there cannot be less. It's an uninflatable currency, unlike the US dollar. The US dollar, they print off more dollars every single year.
Right.
So if you just sit down and you don't spend $500 on a bow tie, and you just let it sit in a bank account, and your $500 is, the buying power goes down every single year because of inflation, because the government keeps pumping money out.
That makes sense.
So Bitcoin is not inflatable. There cannot be any more or less than 21 million Bitcoins in existence. Right now, there's only 15 million mined. Right? There's 6 million of these Bitcoins out there that are worth about $8,000 a coin right now, just out in air and space. And in order to capture that, you build a mining machine, and the mining rig pulls it, collects the data, and stores it in my wallet.
Which is just really a computer.
It's just a computer.
That's so
It's
crazy.
a computer, and blockchain is basically data. So it's pulling this data to my computer. So what I see possible, and with crypto. So I was telling Anna earlier about how money works. And right now the dollar bill is an exact tie to how much oil can be purchased. That's what money is right now, because oil right now is the energy that we most heavily use.
True that.
So if you buy vegetables in the store, basically the question is, how much oil did it cost to get these vegetables from the farm to the grocery store? And that's basically what you're paying. It's $2.99 for a bag of carrots.
Right.
And that's how much energy is needed to in oil. The dollar bill is an exact representation of what oil is. Right. Before the dollar bill, you had people with gold, or people exchanging with silver or whatnot. The value of that energy was tied to oxen and horses, because that was the energy that was most heavily associated. There was oxen that were pulling plows across the field. So every time the energy that's used changes, the currency changes. The currency and power changes. So we're coming to an era where we have renewable energy. Right. We have solar energy. We have wind energy. That's becoming more prevalent. So we have Tesla cars now. Yeah. Cars that don't require any gasoline. Right. And when we no longer have a use for oil, the dollar bill's value is going to go to zero. Right. Going to go dead to zero.
Yeah, I heard rumors that this kind of technology has actually been around a lot longer than what we believe, but because the government or whoever's out there that controls this shit, just wanted to make sure it was kept in oil so they can kind of gain control. Do you have thoughts on that? Is that just a rumor?
So I don't doubt that, and I don't doubt that, but like the real problem with the government, and this is the mentality, the one track mentality of like, it's either I have it or you have it. We don't both have it. It's the mentality of like, I'm taking for me, you're taking for you, he's taking for him, versus like, why don't we live in abundance?
Right.
The idea of abundance, infinite energy. We're talking about renewable energy. Non-renewable energy is oil,
Keep going.
petroleum.
Sorry. People call me. So
We're talking about like, non-renewable energy right now. You burn it, it goes up in the air, pollutes the atmosphere. And then we're talking about renewable energy that comes in. When we're talking about renewable energy, that's abundance. We have an abundance of energy. It no longer costs oil to get these carrots from the ground to the grocery store. It doesn't cost any money. You can automate farming. You can automate transportation. You can automate all of the stuff that we as human beings don't want to do.
Right.
We don't want to do our taxes. We don't want to do this trivial stuff. What we want to do is express ourselves in art form, like we just heard with Anna. So when you can renew the energy source from the sun, capture it, and make that everything, you can automate all these pointless jobs, and people can spend their time doing their passion, living their vision.
Yeah.
And that's what I see possible with crypto, because when the energy exchanges from oil to renewable energy, then boom, that blows up. Dollar bills go to zero. We now have a new currency that's in power, and this currency is very abundant.
Yeah.
Very abundant. In fact, we can keep harnessing more and more of this energy. And now the mining, when I mine right now, because I'm using, it's plugged into my home, it costs me per machine about $60 a month to mine it. So when I have solar panels on my roof, it doesn't cost me anything to mine it.
Wow.
And that's just like, people just need to get on the same page and understand that everyone can win.
Yes.
The people that are in the petroleum industry have a lot of political power, like the Bush family.
Yeah.
Halliburton is very huge. The Cooks, they all have a lot of heavily invested into coal, into oil, into all these forms. So when the government makes laws to try to promote renewable energy, these families pay a lot of money to shoot down these laws. Right. Because they want to stay in power. They're like, cool, I'm in power. My name is Donald Trump, and I'm in power, and I don't want anyone else to be in power. But when you live in abundance and say, hey, I'm in power, so are you, so are you, so are you, that's when we can all get on the same page and everyone can win.
1,000%. So what do you think is going to take us to get there? Because, I've been living that type of lifestyle, but when is the rest of the world going to live that lifestyle?
It's going to take everyone understanding that it's possible to live in the I win and you win and you win and you win. It's not me versus you. So there's I think tribe unity is great. There's 5 stages of tribal leadership. There's the idea, and everyone goes through these stages. Every tribe goes through stages. Every organization goes through these stages, and you can't skip stages. So you're born with the attitude of life sucks. So you're a baby. You're born as a baby, and the attitude is life sucks. You're helpless. You can't walk around on your own. You can't talk. You can't even feed yourself. Your mom has to feed you. And then you get a little bit older, and you start crawling around, and you see people doing all these awesome things, but you're not doing these. So your attitude is now I suck. And then you start being able to do things on your own. Like say like 8, 9, 10 years old, you start playing sports, and you're like the all-star athlete. So I'm great, you're not. Like I'm a good athlete, and you're not. And then the next stage is we are great, they're not. So right now, and then stage number 5 is life is great. So I suck, life sucks, I suck, I'm great, you're not. We are great, they're not, and then life is great is the 3 stages. We're somewhere in between stage 3 and stage 4 right now of the I'm great, you're not, and the we're great, they're not. So what we get to do is understand that everyone can be great. If you watch the movie, the Lego movie, and understand, great movie, and understand that like everyone's the special. Everyone has their own special talents. Everyone has their own special abilities. Every single human being on this planet has a lesson to teach.
Yeah,
definitely. I learned a lot of my lessons from hanging out with some people that didn't really get a lot of attention from kids in school. I learned early on. One of my good friends, his name was Bear Perio, is Bear Perio. He, in fact, is still alive. but he was a good friend of mine. He was a little bit slower, but he was the most lovable human being that's ever existed. And I learned growing on, like I would hang out with Bear, once a month, and I was like, this guy shows unconditional love, unconditional loyalty. Like, yeah, he's a little bit slower. Yeah, he's not the most popular person in school, but like this guy is so loving. And like that's what I learned from him. I learned early on that every human being has something special in them.
Yeah.
And my mom always says, like, Braxton, you hang out with my mom said I'm like Ferris Bueller. Like he hung out with the jocks, the punks, the geeks. Like that's kind of like how I always was. Like I quite frankly enjoyed hanging out with the people that didn't get a lot of attention, because
Same.
like when you really sit down and hear what they have to say, like they have powerful visions.
Yeah.
No one listens to them, but they have powerful visions.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they might not be the smartest person in school, and as far as like the government's school, like the math, science, arithmetic type thing, but like some of them are artistic geniuses. Some of them can teach, how to show love. Some can teach like how to be courageous. Like
1000%.
some people have like so much courage, and
Right.
like when we all get on the same page like that, when we all show attention to every single person, we all look at every single person in the eye and say, you are a gift. You are a gift to this world, and I really want to see what your gift is. You are a gift to this world. What is it that you are designed to do? When we all are able to see that in other people, school shootings stop.
Yes.
Murder stop. Break-ins stop. Homicide stop. Like everything stops, because when everyone looks at each other dead in the eye and says like, what is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you're passionate about? When every single person can be on that page, crime goes to 0.
1000%.
And abundance goes to infinity.
Exactly. So before we end the show, we usually end it with a question. So my question for you, because a lot of people, like you said, we learn from each other. We are all human beings. We go through certain experiences where we have kind of like our breakthrough moments. So as we know, through MITT, breakdowns equals breakthroughs. So what I want to ask you is, what is your most recent breakthrough?
My most recent breakthrough, and I'm gonna pull this out. I have this necklace, and it says "receive" on it, because for a long time I didn't feel that I was worth receiving love. I didn't think that I was worth receiving people's time, and for a long time I've lived my life very lone wolf-like,
Right.
and I notoriously have not been a team player. And like I'm now open to people doing things for me, and I realized that like a huge breakthrough for me is playing team. Like letting people show me affection, letting people show me love, letting people give to me and not expecting anything in return. Because for a long time I was doing everything. I was doing everything, and I was like I was showing love. I was giving to others, but I wasn't open to receiving it.
Right.
And I realized like when I am open to receiving it, that's what creates real, authentic connection.
Yes, definitely.
Because not receiving is taking in its own right.
1000%.
If you have someone wanting to do something for you, like hey, here's a gift, and it's like, no, I don't want it. That's taking. That's taking.
Yeah.
That's being a taker. And my biggest breakthrough is just being open to receive.
I love that. Please definitely make sure you guys follow that advice. I had recently had that breakthrough as well. So let them know where they can find you so they can get more information on, well, Energy for Energy, crypto, everything. I mean, because he is just such an awesome guy. In fact, I'm enrolling him into having his own show here at the Tribe Unity headquarters. So, yeah, maybe.
Enrolled. You can follow me on Instagram at Brax on Brax, BRAXX on BRAXX, Brax on Brax, Brax on Brax on Brax. You know what I mean? Or you can call me.
What's your phone number?
I go old school, 814-952-5377. I love to connect with people.
Yes, he really does.
Send me a text, give me a call. It's easier.
I promise you that one conversation that you will have will first of all lead to more conversations, and you will go through amazing breakthroughs for your life. So make sure you connect with him. Once again, guys, we are here at the Tribe Unity headquarters on Passion for Purpose. If you have a passion for purpose that you would like to share, please DM me, send me a message, and I will put you on the show as soon as possible. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.
Thank you.